What is miserliness? Do you know the word, everybody? No? Miserliness? It's more than greedy. You know, it is in the Quran. وَمَن يُوقَ شُحَّ نَفْسِهِ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. Whomsoever is protected from the miserliness of himself or herself, they are successful. What is miserliness? Yeah?
That means that you will give money, but you will not give any money.
This is not shuh, this is bukhul. You have to know the difference. Shuh, you don't want to do good, and you don't want anyone else to do good. It's worse. ما هو البخل, this. I don't want to give. I don't. I have the money. I can, but I'm not. I'm worried after 20 years, whatever. But the shuh, I don't do it. And I don't let, if I have the control, I don't let anyone to do it. And I don't say things or do things to make people do it. لا تظلموا أنفسكم بالشح. I'm not talking about money, by the way. All of you went your mind to money. What about the people who don't have money? How are people who have barely, where they can, I mean, especially, let's say, living in this day and age, barely they have what will be able to make them put food on the table. Can they be shuh? Can they have the miserliness? You know what's miserliness? When you don't teach somebody. When someone asks you and you know the answer and you say, I don't know. Why? You know what, I see this? You're going to be surprised, but I've seen it. People don't even give recipes. Honestly, it sounds like, really? Billah? And I don't want you to think of anyone. Is it me? When someone asks me a question, I don't answer right? Or I answer half right? Is that the proper Muslim? What's going to happen? I mean, this fear, especially in the Arab world, I say, this fear of jealousy. And I'm not going to say anything. Yes, تعينوا على قضاء حوائجكم بالكتمان. There's a hadith of Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam. Do your things with secrecy, but that doesn't mean when someone asks you, you don't answer them right. And by Allah, and I said this word, and we are just before Maghrib. When you do this, within 5 minutes, Allah will expose you. I've seen it again and again to the point I start laughing. I don't tell them, I don't tell anybody, right? Subhanallah, I've seen it not once, yani two situations when someone lies and how Allah exposed them. And when someone hides something and there's no reason to hide. There's no reason to hide, right? But you hide, that's a choice. But when someone asks you and then you do not respond in the right way, lying and hiding, within 5 minutes, Allah will bring it. It happened with me so many times to the point I start laughing. لا تظلموا, don't be miser. Help people, give. It's not going to take anything from you. The more you give, the more Allah will give you back. Wallahi. And I'm talking about not money. Again, forget money. Not everybody has money. But let's say, here you go. I'm going to pick up on Jannah again because I love Jannah. Like somebody asked Jannah for a pen or a pencil, right? And she has this is the only pencil. Give it. Allah will give you another one. Give it. It's okay. That's mine. No, I'm not. No. And teach your kids this way. Generosity is one of the manners of Islam. The Muslim is generous. And I'm coming to the next one, but not wasteful. That's another thing. لا تظلموا أنفسكم بالسرف. This is another thing. Don't do injustice to yourself by wasting. Now, what is wasting? And I'll give you the hadith that you're all going to be very worried. And if you're not, you need to be. First of all, the servants of Allah, the servants of the All-Merciful. Allah described them in Surah Al-Furqan. In the description of the elite of the human beings in the sight of Allah. That's how I translate this. This, by the way, it was the last verses I memorized in the Quran. Subhanallah, I still remember. Don't ask me why. I didn't plan it. It happened. And Allah described as the elite of His people. Are we? Look at their description. And one of them, وَالَّذِينَ إِذَا أَنفَقُوا لَمْ يُسْرِفُوا لَمْ يَقْتُرُوا وَكَانَ بَيْنَ ذَلِكَ قَوَامًا. When they spend, they are not wasteful, but they're not miser. They're in between. Right? So Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam, so Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas doing wudu. Ya Allah, if he comes and see us doing wudu. And he said to him, Ma hada saraf ya Sa'd? What is this wastefulness? Sa'd. So Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas, he said, Fil wudu'i saraf. when you do wudu, there is wastefulness? He said, yes. وَإِن كُنْتَ عَلَى نَهْرٍ جَارٍ. Even if you were doing wudu at the ocean. There's something new. I saw it in Medina, alhamdulillah, and I brought it back with me. Now what they are doing to cut this, they are selling, they call it al-mudd. Al-mudd is actually the measure that the Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam said enough for the wudu. And it is literally a little bit bigger than a mug. I bought it because I was like, yes, finally I can show them. And that's how it is. And you want to know how much water you use in wudu? I did it to myself. Bring a container, big one. Put it under the faucet, wherever you're doing wudu, preferably at home, so you can see, right? And we normally, what do? We leave the faucet going and going and see how much water will be in that container. I did even more. This was during COVID, we had a lot of time. So I learned a lot, honestly. I brought the container, I did this myself. I put it under the faucet, and I normally close the faucet between everything. Like if I'm washing my hand, first one, by the time I'm second, the faucet is closed. If I'm doing my mouth, the faucet is closed. Nose, faucet is closed. For sure, if by the time I bring my feet, the faucet is closed. And do you know how much was there? How much was there? Like 2 mugs. And I looked at it like, subhanAllah, may Allah forgive me. Don't waste. So remember, wudu, and he was telling him, even if you were ala nahrin jari, like a moving river, don't waste. What's the number one thing we waste? Food. May Allah forgive us. May Allah forgive us. And what is making it easier is this open buffet concept. طيب, that's okay. You went, somebody is home, may Allah reward everybody, they are generous, alhamdulillah, and then you put in your plate and then you found out that you took too much. What is wrong with taking it with you home? What is wrong with that? Nothing. You go to a restaurant, you order. We live in a country where they bring a lot of food. You don't know how much food they bring till you go to Europe. Ya Allah, how good it is in Europe. It's one person food. I love it. Very unlikely you will leave anything because it is one person. SubhanAllah. طيب, they brought, especially if it's like, say, family size. What do? Take everything with you. And even the water bottle, take it. You don't want to drink it, give it to the plants when you leave. لا تسرفوا. إنه لا يحب المسرفين. Israf is haram. Yani there is no question, because Allah put it in the Quran, don't do it. And don't do it meaning if you do it, it is haram. But this is a true story. I was in Turkey. I can't remember now, where was it? I was in Istanbul. There is a restaurant which serves the longest kebab I've seen in my life. I don't know if anybody of you have seen it. Have you seen it? I don't know where, don't ask me, because someone took me. Literally, and I'm not exaggerating, the one kebab is here. When they brought it, I was like, really? Who's gonna eat this? طيب? I think they brought 3. And we were women. I mean, women in general don't eat a lot and don't eat meat a lot. And add to it, you name it, they brought. طيب. Everybody ate and left. And I'm looking. And I still remember, this was 10 years ago. The waitress name is Uthman. I remember very well. I called Uthman and I said, Uthman, you're gonna go and you're gonna get me every container you have in that restaurant. Was I made fun of? Was people said, you're crazy? What are you gonna do with the food? Who's gonna take it? I can't tell you how many bags. At least they helped me carrying it, I have to say. Wallahi. We left, I remember 9 p.m., it was dark. You know what was outside? Was a woman sitting. How do you know somebody is in need? When they take food. If they take food, they are in need. You gave her the food. I have no idea what she was saying in Turkish. لا تسرفوا. And especially in this month. فلا تظلموا فيهن أنفسكم. Do not. It's disobedience to Allah, let alone at home, let alone outside, let alone in the masjid. Ya Rahman, I'm in your house and I'm wasting the water, the electricity, the light. Why don't we turn off the light when we leave? It's not my house. That's even better, because now you will get even more reward. Let alone in the house. I don't know how many of you run after their children, turn off the light when you leave. Don't do injustice to yourself by wasting, right? And Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam, through Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Abbas, he said, eat what you want, كل ما شئت, والبس ما شئت, dress what you want, ما أخطأك اثنتان, as long as you don't do these two things. Who can guess? What has to be related to what I'm saying? As long as there is no waste and there is no show off. As long as there is no waste and no show off. We are becoming the show off to a level that people are stopping inviting people to their home because they cannot compete. There is difference between generosity and hospitality and showing off. We have a saying in the Arabic language, I'm sure you have it in every country. We say, welcome me well and don't worry about the food. That's generosity. That's hospitality. But you are doing all this competition, and then what you feel, like, I can't. I mean, look how much she did in her house. No, somebody has to break this, and you be the first one. You do it nice, but you don't overdo it. So there is no wastefulness. There is nothing wrong with dress what you want and eat what you want, as long as there is no wastefulness and no show off. I know people don't eat leftover. Don't eat leftover. What's going to do with the leftover? Throw it in the garbage. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. And what will happen? One day, what you're seeing in many parts of the world. If you are grateful, I'll give you more. And if you are ungrateful, meaning wasteful, one of them is wastefulness. My punishment is severe. He's going to take it away. He's going to take it away, right? How much more expensive in the last 4 years we are seeing around the world, not only here. How much? You tell me, right? I remember when I used to travel overseas, when the pound of vegetable used to be less than $1, not in this country, outside. Now it's $3. What happened? They said the barakah was removed. And the barakah, the first reason for barakah to be removed in the house is when you waste. And the first reason barakah comes to the house is when you're not miser, but you are not wasteful.